You goof it up. Family
Okay, I don't know
show
anything about
every
this
time.
game. We gotta
Okay,
look
so
this info up, dude.
wait.
Oh, we're doing
We're doing
pickups.
pickups, yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, we don't look up games. We just talk about stuff off the top of our head like professionals.
Yeah, I was like, oh, developed by Landfall Games. What I know
Yeah,
because of
I
their
just
titles,
enter my
totally
mind,
accurate battlegrounds,
enter my
and
mind
stick fight the
palace
game.
and record everything that is
Yeah,
there.
dude.
Because I'm a
Same.
pro. I'm a professional, and that's how I do things.
Dude,
Okay.
professionals have people get all this info for them, dude.
No, they don't.
Dude.
Don't have stats.
Dude.
I have
Dude.
a lot of games here that we're gonna go over. So last pickup videos was just me, and I actually already recorded another pickups video of the same stuff, but I thought maybe you guys would love to see Victor's smiling face. So that being said, I'm Jonathan Vergara.
I am Victor Vister Reeser.
Good. And this is Indies Nuts, the podcast where we play and review newly released indie games so that you don't have to, unless we're not talking about indie games at all, because we're talking about games that I bought in the last couple months here. So, that's the formula. At any rate, we're going to go through some games that I picked up in the last couple months. If you guys watched the rounds video, which may or may not be out before this one, who knows? So if you went into the future or the past to watch a video that may or may not be present.
The internet is an enigma.
Yes. Okay. No one knows how it works. The series of tubes is unknowable. If you watch the video, I talked about the fact that I was in Ohio for a little while, hence why we didn't have any videos up for a bit, because I didn't have my camera and microphone and all that stuff. But I ended up getting a lot of games there. You guys might notice a new rack of Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64 games from my childhood behind me, but I will not talk about those ones today. We're going to talk about stuff that I picked up between the last video and before I left. So we'll get to those ones later. There's a lot of good ones in there, but let's talk about some other ones. So first,
did they fit within your $200 a month game budget?
I mean, those ones were all free because I had them from when I was a kid. So
I mean,
yes.
Well, yeah, but what trauma did you have to experience?
Oh, a lot. It was like, my parents don't love me, but at least I have you, Earthbound.
That's what I'm saying. See? Nothing.
My parents did love me.
Write that down.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Mom, if you're watching, put in the comments that you love me.
Mama, can I have a hug? Here, go buy yourself a game.
That's good enough, I guess. So anyway, first game is Patapon.
Oh, dude, I remember when this game was launched. It was a huge selling point for the PSP, right?
Yeah, this was a huge one. Now, I actually haven't played the game since I bought it this time, but I have played this game because I used to own it a while ago. When I got my PSP, it came with a few games, and this was one of them. You can get Patapon super cheap. I think I paid $2 for this one. I've bought one for $1 for my friend because she really likes this game and couldn't find one. But it's a very common game because it was such a big seller for the PSP. But if you have not played this game, basically what it is a rhythm game where you are playing these little eyeball creatures that I'm sure I'll be able to find a video or something for them. But they walk around and like shoot arrows and swing swords and stuff, and it's kind of a rhythm game, right? So like you're doing the actions as they're walking. They will say like "peta peta peta pon peta peta."
Yeah, it's really cute. It's cute.
You have to hit the buttons in time with it. And I remember it being fun. Did you play this one at all, Victor? Or?
Yeah, man, that was great. I didn't have a PSP. I didn't have the cash at the time. I was a poor high school / early college kid, but I definitely borrowed my friends. And my roommate bought all the stuff that came out on PSP, so it was great. And yeah, it's a blast. It was a blast.
Now I do have another PSP game here. Let me look around. I had these in order for when I filmed this alone, but then I moved everything. So give me. Here's the other PSP. So I did pick up another PSP game here, which is actually two more PSP games. Mega Man Maverick Hunter X is the next one that I got, and the price tag on this one says $10, but I paid I think $5 for this one, 4 or 5, something like that. But this one I actually have played before. on YouTube. So if you go to the Blue Wizard Project link that we haven't updated in forever, but this was one of the last games I played for that charity fundraiser. And it's basically just a reimagining of Mega Man X on the Super Nintendo, but with like 2.5D graphics. Like if you ever played the Mega Man 1 remake on PSP, it looks very similar to that. Now, they did add some extra stuff into it, so like they mixed up where the E-tanks and the armor and stuff are. So it is a little bit different. It's okay. I prefer the Super Nintendo one. I think the Super Nintendo one is basically like a near flawless game, but this one is good if you can't get that one. So it's not a bad game. I would say 7. Yeah.
7 out of
100. No,
that's not good.
Out of 10. Out of 10.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. It was a 10-point scale. Okay, I got it. Wait, what'd you give Patapon?
Patapon, it's been so long I couldn't accurately grade
Consistency, man.
I gave Patapon a 23 out of 87. So it's a very skewed number scale. The last PSP game I got here was Daxter, and I think this was just thrown in with something else I was buying. I don't remember how much I paid for this. But this one I actually also owned. Again, when I got my PSP, I had a number of games that came with it, this being one of them. And this is a spin-off of Jak and Daxter. I don't know if you've ever played that one at all or not. But
I played Jak and Daxter. I never played Daxter. I mean, it's a platformer.
Yeah,
right?
I've only played the very beginning of Jak and Daxter, of the first one. So,
well, later they turned it into a third-person like action.
Yeah, it got like
genre
edgy,
game.
Right? Like,
yeah, that's when there were a couple of different game series where they were pushing it to the they're not kids no more, like,
yeah, exactly. This is Naughty Dog, I think, makes this, right?
Yeah,
I think so. I think that's right. You look that up for me.
Did they do Jak and Daxter?
But I'm pretty sure that they did. At any rate, this game I did own before, but I got rid of it because this was when I was working in my first year in Korea, and I had a kid in my class who got a PSP. I don't know how he got the PSP, but he didn't have any games. He had like one game, and I remember it was some crappy game. And he was really bummed about it. And I told him, if you can get at least a 95% on the final test for this class, I will give you this game. And so he to his credit, he worked really hard, and I think he got like a 98 on the test or something like that.
Wow.
I think he missed like 1 or 2 questions. And so I gave it to him, and all the other kids were like, "Oh, no way! I can't believe you gave it to him."
That's called teaching. That's good. That's just good education. America, take note.
Bribery works.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just thinking video game incentives.
Yeah.
Add it up, dude.
I mean, I used to get Chuck E. Cheese tokens to spend on video games when I got good grades. But I was homeschooled, so my mom could just write A's. It didn't matter.
I used to get chastised for not getting as good a score as I could have, because I have
my mom
faux Asian parents' upbringing.
Is your mom
A minus
appropriating cultures, dude? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm just saying, like, my wife's Korean. We had a similar upbringing in that when I got an A minus, my mom said, "Imagine how good you could do if you actually applied yourself." I was like, "Oh, thanks, Mom."
Thanks, Mom.
That won't cause issues later,
right? So it makes
she sense. Wasn't at the time, dude.
Oh wow, that's even worse.
No, she didn't get into education until I did, man. That's a late game play. That's a late game class change on my mom's
Victor's
side.
Mom,
good for her.
If you're in the comments, tell Victor you love him, please. Okay.
Yeah, come on. All right. Okay. So it is Naughty Dog, by the way, dude. They made I know that. So it is Jak and Daxter. That was their.
I thought they made that because they did.
They created Crash Bandicoot also.
Yeah. They did Crash Bandicoot, and then on PS1 and then PS2 they did Jak and Daxter, and then they moved on to Uncharted.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Last of
And
Us.
I don't
and then
think they
Last of
I don't
Us
know if they developed
Remastered,
all of
and
yeah,
then Last
yeah,
of
yeah,
Us
yeah.
2, and then Last of Us 1 remastered again.
It's fine. We don't need. We're done. No, it's cool. You know, whatever
they
you
don't
like
need
this game,
games,
you don't
they
like
are
this
extra
game.
cool,
Not
so
indie games. We are digressing.
Okay.
Although we're not only doing indie games right now. I forgot. Go ahead.
Next up, I have 2 Sega Saturn games here. So the Sega Saturn, actually, I don't have a lot of games for. I think I own maybe 5 or 6 games for it. And
Yeah.
the reason why is because the window for the Sega Saturn has already passed. Like that nostalgia window. You can see if you collect games, there's like this ever shifting window of when people's nostalgia hits disposable income. And once it hits that window, those games disappear. Right now, that window is firmly on the DS. DS games are skyrocketing in price. And
Really?
quickly disappearing. So if you have a DS
Wow.
game that you really like, that you want a physical copy of, it's already too late. I hate to break it to you. But if you see it, go ahead and buy it because it's going to be even worse in the future. So right now, I would say the next big window there is probably going to be like 360 and PS3 is probably the next up on the block. But I think that there's a lot of games in that era, like especially for console games, especially the 360. So it's not particularly hard to find more mainstream ones. It's more the niche ones that you're going to have trouble finding. At any rate, the Sega Saturn's window has already passed. It is very hard to find Sega Saturn stuff aside from sports games. And so anytime I see a Sega Saturn game at a cheap price, I will pick it up, especially if it's one that I've played before. So I got 2 here. One of them I picked up was Virtua Cop, which I actually never owned when I was a kid when I had Sega Saturn. But this game, if you guys are unfamiliar with it, is based off of the arcade game. It is a gun game, like a light gun shooter. Super fun. In the arcade, you were at this machine that had like a pedal, and you would push it to like your character would like duck down, and that's when you would reload, I believe, correct?
Yeah, it's like those bowling alley games. Yes.
Yeah, it was always in like bowling alleys and movie theaters, everything.
Yeah, and roller skating rinks.
It's kind of messed up that we had games about shooting people in movie theaters all the time.
Is it? This is pre.
Up.
No, it's not. Why?
You know why.
That happened one time. That was later in the whole cycle of things. Hey man, you need to slow down.
We're getting heavy here. We're getting political.
Look,
okay, we're getting
why do I gotta take off my shoes?
Did you guys know that Hook is a really good movie? Like, okay. At any rate, this game was a really good game. Now the problem with it is that I don't own a light gun for my Sega Saturn. And
rip.
So I've been trying to find one. I went to a couple game shops here before I left, and I went to a few game shops when I was in Ohio. Could not find a light gun. So if you guys know of a place where I could get one, shoot me a message. I'd be more.
Jonah needs a light gun, y'all.
I'd be happy to find one. So I got that one, and the other one is a game I did have as a kid, which is Virtua Fighter 2. Now, sadly, I don't have a case for this. Also, it's a little weird that this case is like a CD case, because Sega Saturn cases are huge. Like,
I was gonna say actually, I was gonna say it does look weird. Is that the original case?
Yes, I think this was probably a pack-in.
I was just gonna. It must have come with the light gun.
Yeah, because it does have a not for resale like thing
right
on it.
Yeah,
right? Like,
dude, that's
so
funny.
It must have been a pack-in because Sega Saturn cases are like double the size of a DVD case and like just beasts. Wasteful is what it is. It's wasteful. But Virtua Fighter 2, this was a great game. I remember playing this game a ton as a kid. We just really, really loved this game. Actually, there's a great story for this game because my during the time when this game first came out, we had borrowed Chrono Trigger from someone at our church. And Anthony, my older brother, was harassing Joey, my little brother. And my dad was like, "That's it, Anthony, you're grounded. You can't play video games this weekend." And Anthony, as he was walking away, muttered under his breath, "I don't care. We already gave Chrono Trigger back to them, so I don't care." And so my little brother was like, "Dad, Anthony doesn't care because he said he can't play Chrono Trigger anyway." So my dad was like, hey, what's a game you guys want to play right now? And we were like, "I don't know, Virtua Fighter 2. And my dad was like, "Get in the car." and we drove to Toys R Us, and my dad bought this game and then
Yo,
made my older
dude.
brother watch us play it all weekend.
The spite buy. Oh man.
And I mean, it's fine because he got to play it afterwards, but yeah, it was just like a really cruel thing.
Oh my God, Papa Vergara reeling him in.
If you're in the comments, tell Anthony you love him, please. Okay.
Yeah. This is a
that
heartwarming podcast.
That was that one. It was a really good one though. But
That dude, that's I like that. That's a power play I can get behind. I bet Anthony was a mouthy kid. I can see it right now. And your dad's like, "What is it? $60? It's
worth it.
What do you guys want?
It's worth it.
What do you guys want, dude?" I'm sure my dad at one point would have done that if another dad told him, you should try this. My dad totally would have done a move like that. He totally would have.
All right, let me show you a few more things I got here because
that's great.
I'll speed it up a little because there's a lot here. The next one I have is Sushi Strikers: The Way of Sushi Dough, and again, I only paid a few bucks for this one, but actually,
really,
I've never played.
How much was it, man?
I don't remember. I think I paid like $4 for this, maybe $6, but
okay. Well, yeah. Then why not, right?
Yeah. So the reason why I picked this one up is not because of the game. The game is a puzzle game where you're like matching sushi or something. I've never played it, and maybe I will. I don't know. But the main reason why I picked this one up is because this game came out at the end of the 3DS's lifespan. And it was like kind of a hyped game by Nintendo. They put it in a lot of directs. I don't think it did particularly well. It was also released on Switch. And generally speaking, when you have those end of lifespan games that are on the newer console, they tend to be worth more money for the old one later on in life. I don't know why I care about that because I don't ever sell my games, but maybe one day it'll be worth it. Probably not. I was telling friends the other day, I took that risk on Codename Steam, which was not an end end of the console game, but it was a Codename Steam was a Nintendo hyped exclusive where you played as like storybook characters in like a turn-based strategy. I hate strategy games, so I bought it strictly because I thought it would be worth some money someday. And now you can buy that game for like $1.50. So that one blew up in my face, but I think I paid $10 for it, so it's fine. But
I remember that game just looking like
it looked like Bud. Let's be honest.
It was like a knockoff of so many other games at the time.
It did have Abraham Lincoln in a mech Lincoln, if I'm not mistaken, which is cool. Cool idea, but yeah. The other one I got here is Dragon Quest VIII on the PS2. So this year I am trying to play through a number of the Dragon Quest games. Usually I pick a series and play through all the ones that I haven't played through. So a few years ago I did Donkey Kong Country with my brother, and then Final Fantasy was last year. I did East the year before that. And this year I'm trying to play through the Dragon Quest games. I've only done 1, 2, and 11. I started on 4. I was going to play 3, but they did the Dragon Quest anniversary event and showed that they're making that new one, that the remake of 3 that looks like Octopath Traveler, which looks real cool. So I'm going to hold off until that one. But this is eventually on the list. This one is one of the ones that is often regarded as one of the best Dragon Quest games. Typically, if you ask people, they'll say 5, 8, and 11 are the best ones. So I'm excited to see what it is. My buddy Ian, who did the Blue Wizard project with me, recommended this one a lot. So it's good. There is a 3DS version that it was actually the one that I would prefer to have, but that one is super expensive. If you ever see a Dragon Quest game that is not Dragon Quest 9 in the wild, buy it because they are very valuable. So
nice.
I think Dragon Quest 4 is like $110 or something like that.
What?
Yeah, they go for a lot. I think Dragon Quest 8 on 3DS is like 180, so they're pricey. The next two I actually got back-to-back days, and these ones actually did push me over my game hunting limit for the month, but they were too good of a deal to pass up. So I have the SNES Classic, the SNES Mini, and I got that one luckily off Craigslist the day that I was watching Avengers Endgame. Right before I went to the theater, I was playing around on my phone and saw it on Craigslist and messaged the guy and told him, I'm going into Endgame right now. I can't come get it, but can I pick this up? And I got that for $50 back when those were like $100.
Yeah, what? That's legit, dude.
Yeah, and brand new, still in the plastic and everything. So the guy had bought two, one for him and one for his girlfriend, and then they moved in together. So they were like, well, we don't need to. I hope they stayed together and that they didn't break up, because then that guy or that girl does not have an SNES Mini. But I did get an NES Mini. Someone was selling this one for, I believe, $40. And so I went and picked this one up, had all the stuff for it, all the controller stuff. Did not have the box, unfortunately, which is the only sad part, but good to have it. I probably won't play my NES games on here. Most of the NES games that I care about, I will probably play on Switch, just because of the convenience of the portability. But it's nice to have, and it's good for a collection. Looks good on the shelf, so you guys will see it right back there next to my Ninja Turtles Tiger Classic game in a bit. The other one, the next day, I got the Sega Genesis Mini for the same price, for the $40. So the next day,
I forgot they even made that. I forgot they even made a Sega Genesis.
Now this
Mini.
one I kind of regret, because I saw this in the stores and this one did not sell well immediately, and the price tanked. Like, it dropped down to like $25. And I saw it in the store.
Really?
Yeah, it got real low. And I saw it in the store, and I was like, I don't really care about Sega Genesis. I'll come back after I think about it, and I'll pick it up.
I don't know, man. $25.
I thought about it and was like, it's $25. What am I thinking? Go back and get it. They were gone. And so I was like, man, I missed my chance. And then the price of these jumped to like $100. And so when I saw this one for $40, I ended up picking it up. It's funny because the next day, I think, was when I picked up Dragon Quest, or like a week later or something like that. And the guy that was selling I believe it was Dragon Quest, also was selling another Sega Genesis Mini. And I didn't buy it. I was like, I'll let some other collector pick it up. But it was just funny to me that I could have had another one. But this one did come in the box. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like right back here behind stuff. But it's covered by other stuff. So it doesn't
see a box. Can't see those too clear, but that's all right.
We'll go through the next few pretty quickly. Donkey Kong Country, always a classic.
You didn't already have that?
At the time, I did not have my games from Ohio, and I didn't know which ones survived. So
gotcha. No, it makes sense.
It was like $3 or something, so I picked it up.
Man, those are some good deals.
Yeah, you just gotta hunt. You gotta hunt. I also picked up Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which I actually already owned digitally. I've already beaten this game. Have you played this one at all?
No, and I wanted to play it, and then when they ported it to Switch,
it was massively overpriced.
Yeah, way too much money. So
they were like, "Hey, you want this like 5-year-old game that we did literally nothing to? $60."
Yeah, dude.
That should have been a $30 budget.
I don't play that game, Nintendo.
Yeah, it should have been a $30. Speaking of not playing that game, Nintendo, this was one that I said I wasn't going to buy because of that, which is Super Mario 3D All-Stars. This one, they had the gall to port this with no changes other than getting rid of the move controls.
No, not even that. The Super Mario Sunshine ROM is pre-patch. It has bugs in it that were in the original run of the game before the game was like a patched copy was released in a new disc.
I did not know that.
Months after the first launch. Yeah, because people went into the code and they tried out. They're like, these bugs are here. That shouldn't be here. So it is really bad.
They also made no attempt to even make the games full screen. Like
no, and the UI
Mario
is
Sunshine
garbage.
I think Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, well, it already was.
Mario 64.
You mean
is
like
not.
1080? You mean like widescreen?
Yeah, widescreen. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Gotcha.
Widescreen.
Okay.
Mario 64 is not. It has like black borders around it, and yeah, the UI on it is just it's bare bones. They probably spent like 15 minutes making stuff for this game, and then ported it out, and then we're like, hey, we're not going to sell this after March 31st, and also it's $60. You're just going to give us the money because there's no way to play these games. And I was like, I'm not giving you that. Especially because in Canada, games do not cost $60. They cost $70 to $80. And after tax, they cost $90 to $100. I was like, there's no way. Number one, I already own all of these games. Number two, I don't like Mario Sunshine. So I don't think it's a good game. So I'm never going to play it.
Number three, you're sitting here holding it. What changed your mind, Jonathan?
So the reason why I got this was because someone was unloading this on Craigslist for like $30. So 30, I was like,
okay, well, dude,
I was
for
like,
$30, I'd buy it too.
Yeah,
I'd buy it too.
I was on the fence. I was like, I don't know, but I was like, I Mario 64, I like. It's a good game. Again, I can play it on my 64, but having the portability is fine. I really like Super Mario Galaxy. That game has a very special place in my heart. Like, when I played that game, it kind of like reinstilled this love of old platform games and stuff like that when I played it. And not having to use a Wiimote for it, I was like, yeah, that's good. I'll pick it up. So it was cheap enough that I decided to get it, but I probably wouldn't have otherwise. Mega Man 11. Great game. Another Mega Man game here. And if you haven't played Mega Man 11, it is a really beautiful game. Again, there's a video of me playing through this on the other channel, on the Blue Wizard Project. I do swear a lot on that channel. It is not family friendly as Indies Nuts is, but yeah. Good game. Only downside of this game, when you jump through doors, it doesn't slow you down and make you float over. You just jump and then hit the ground and then walk through. It's like Capcom spat in all of the fans' faces. I don't know what's wrong. Patch it, Capcom. What's wrong with you? And then new Pokemon Snap, which I picked up on a pre-order. I played the old Pokemon Snap. I was never huge into it. I mostly picked this one up because when our buddy Stefan's kids come over, they can play it. And it is a good chill game, like if you're just, watching TV or something like that.
I might buy it, like, for my daughter.
Yeah.
I've already thought that would be really fun
Yeah,
for her.
it's a good game for kids. Not a whole lot there for adults.
Wait, how much did you get it for?
I bought it full price when it came out.
Oh, you just bought it?
I
You
just
said you
bought it.
pre-ordered it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, did you get a good deal on that?
I kind of regret that one, dude. Like,
I don't know if I'd pay, full price.
I should have waited and just picked up a secondhand copy.
That's cool, man. Maybe 6 months ago, I got a copy of Minecraft on the Switch for like a physical copy for $10. Ooh. So I was thinking, yeah, that's great. I saw it posted, here for the equivalent of Craigslist in Korea right now.
Yeah,
and I was like, yeah, I'll get it. Yeah, I love to run around and mess around with Minecraft, and that game is more than $10. On a phone, still.
Typically, with new games, I'll just wait a couple months and then just pick up whoever's unloading it and then just buy it then. And I don't know why I didn't do that with that one. I think I was just in the store picking something else up. I was like, oh, yeah.
Dude, pre-orders.
But I shouldn't have done it. Yeah.
How dare you, Jonathan?
There is one game that I did pre-order that I am buying day one, which is East 9. Because that's a limited run. They don't make a lot of those. So if you don't buy it off the bat, like East games go for a lot as well. So I don't feel bad about pre-ordering that one. Unless it runs like crap, then I will. But who knows? Only 3 more here. Pokemon Pinball. This one is really fun if you have it on Game Boy Color.
Got the Rumble, dude.
Yeah, it's only got two tables, but and it's a little weird because it has to like keep jumping between 2 screens. But it does have the rumble that Victor mentioned. So you throw a AAA battery in here, and it says on the back rumble, so you know it's.
I like that Nintendo tries to do weird stuff.
Exactly.
They've done so much cool random things. The printer for the Game Boy Pocket.
I would love to get a Game Boy printer. That would be real cool.
Yeah, man.
I always wanted one when I was a kid.
I love those peripherals. I love it.
Yeah, they always do. There's like that one game. I forget what it's called. It's like Boku something, I don't remember, but it's like a game that registers sunlight on it. You're like fighting against vampires.
Oh yeah,
and like,
isn't it Bakuten?
Maybe that's it.
Maybe
that's it. Yeah,
I'm gonna double check.
I know it begins with a B. That's all I know. But
or Boku. Blah blah blah. Yeah, you're right though. Boku.
But
yeah,
they do these kind of really wacky things with their games, and it's
sunlight.
Just. I don't even think that one's a first-party Nintendo game, but I just love that people took those kinds of risks on.
Boktai. The sun is in your hand.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't own that game. I would love to. I think it'd be a really cool, wacky thing.
I remember. Yeah, it's such a cool concept. It powers up your weapons because you are hunting vampires.
Yeah,
that's how that game works.
I'm assuming you can just use a lamp to do it, but
I think if I remember correctly, I believe a lot of people at the time said any light works. It's like a calculator cell. They aren't actual solar cells, right?
Yeah.
So like those little bobblehead things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Absolutely.
What?
Next one here is Mario Golf on the Game Boy Color. I never
that's a
actually.
great game. I used to own that game.
I've never played this one. Actually, I played one round of it when I first got it just to make sure that it worked. But I owned Mario Tennis on the Game Boy Color, which was a fantastic game. If I'm not mistaken, the introduction of Waluigi. If I'm not, because maybe it's the same company but different game. But I know that Mario, like it's made by Camelot, I want to say, and Camelot was the company that made Waluigi. I don't know if it was the Game Boy Color one or the Nintendo 64 one that introduced him. But at any rate, the Game Boy Color Mario Tennis was a great game with like a story mode, and you could unlock stuff and like level up your guy, and it was really, really cool. And so when I saw Mario Golf, I assumed it had similar things. I picked it up. I heard very good things about it. I haven't gotten a chance to play through it yet, but I am looking forward to this one. So you said you had this one when you were a kid.
I did.
Recommend it or
that game's really fun. Okay. So first of all, Golf, which is on the NES, is a fun golf game already. That has Mario on the cover. That is essentially the first iteration of what is now Mario Golf. All right, so it's essentially the first iteration of Mario Golf. Mario Golf, fantastic franchise. That game right there is really fun. It's just like it uses the 2-button press and the D-pad in the same kind of system that is set up. The simplest and most effective and fun way to play golf. Speaking of which, I'm very excited about the newest Mario Golf.
Oh yeah, I'm really
out,
excited.
dude.
That's actually probably another one I'm buying day one because I want to have a party.
I will. I want Nintendo to make more Mario Golf games.
Yeah, I want to get that one. That one's gonna hit like basically a little bit after a few days after my quarantine ends for traveling. So that's going to be like, hey guys, I'm out. There's Mario Golf. Let's do this. So last one was actually from my last video. I showed Mario Land 1. And I told you guys I'd never played 2, and I was searching for it. Well, shortly after that video went up on YouTube, I was at home and I got a call from my brother-in-law, and he told me like, hey, you didn't pick up Mario Land 2 yet, have you? No, I'm still looking for one. He said, okay, I'll be there in like 40 minutes. And 40 minutes later, he pulls up to my house, and apparently he had gone on Craigslist and or on Facebook Marketplace or something, and set a bunch of alerts for himself so that every time Mario Land 2 popped up, he would get an alert for it. He found a copy of it and bought it for me and brought it out here. And I got it that night and popped it into my Game Boy Advance and started playing it. And this game is amazing. Like I had heard very good things about this. I think they did so much with such limited technology on this game that it is great. Like every world feels very different. They did a lot of like really cool stuff. Like there's a world where you are, I believe, in like a tree or something, and when you jump, there's like sap that you hang in, and you can like wiggle your way across cliffs and stuff.
Just so much cool stuff, dude. The fact that they had like larger than single panel stages where like the space stage and like the whole thing is loading in while you're moving through.
Yeah.
You know, you feel like this is a larger world I'm playing in instead of the NES games or even Super Mario Land 2 where it was just standard side scrolling platforming.
They took a lot of big risks on this one, and all of them paid off. I feel like they could have gone the safe route and just made Mario Land 1 again with different stages, or ported, because they did do ports of the original NES games on Game Boy Color, or the first one. I don't remember if they did the other ones, but I think that was Game Boy Advance, but Game Boy Color definitely had Super Mario Brothers 1. But they did an amazing job with it, and I had no nostalgia for this game going in. I never played it. I've never seen it before, other than videos. I knew a couple of the songs from other videos that I had seen online, but I was really impressed with the game. I really enjoyed it. If you have not played it, it is still definitely worth a pickup and a playthrough. Thank you, Cornell, for picking that one up for me. That was very generous of you. I appreciate it. And
pro plays, Cornell.
Well played. So that's it for this one. I know that's quite a lot, but the next one.
Yeah, that's a massive list, man. You
dude, the games that I picked up in Ohio were, I think I picked up well over 200 games when I was in Ohio. So it was a lot. It was a lot.
All right, you might have to do like a best of, man.
Yeah. I'm not going to list all of them. Some of them
turn
are
it into a
copies of
song.
stuff I already
Turn it
had,
into a song. Just
do like the Animaniacs like map song.
Yeah.
Like just with the games I
Yeah,
got.
right.
No, next one I'll just do highlights because there's just way too much stuff to list on there. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys very much. Hopefully you guys like this kind of video. If not, then we'll stop making them, or I'll
You
make
probably
them
stopped
anyway,
watching by now.
matter. Yeah, for sure. So you can't tell me not to. If you did still watch to the end, go in the comments and tell me and Victor that you love us, please. Thank you.
Please. Our parents are not going to do it. No?
Those were
empty threats.
Thank you guys very much. We'll see you in the next video. Catch you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Thank you very much. Peace.
Bye.